Hello class, this is Neha Sehgal and today we will discuss exercise 6.4 of square and square roots. Okay, the first question, find the square root of these numbers by using the division method. So by using the long division method, the first question is we have to find the square root of 2304. So 2304 by the long division method, first of all, the very first step we have to divide, starting from the unit place, we have to divide the number 2304 into pairs. So the first pair starting from the unit place is 04 and the second pair is 23. Now we have to find a number whose square is less than 23. That is, the square of 4, 16 is less than 23. So I can write 4, 4s are 16. If I do the subtraction, I will get 23 minus 16, that is 7, and I will the next pair, that is 0, 4. Now what I will do is I will add 4 here. So 4 plus 4, that is 8. Now I have to insert a number here which should also the next term of the quotient, and the multiplication of this whole number and this quotient should be equal to or less than 704. So I can write 88 8s are 704. If I subtract, I get the remainder as 0. So I can write the square root of 2304 is equal to 48 by using the long division method. Okay, the second, I can come to the third part. In the third part, I have to find the square root of 3481. Again, square root of 3481, starting from the unit place, I have to divide it into groups. So 81, the first pair, and 34 is the other pair. Now I have to find a number whose square is less than 34. So I can write 5 square, or 5 5s are 25. If I do the subtraction, I get 34 minus 25, that is equal to 9, and the next pair, that is 81. Now here plus 5, that is 10. Now I have to insert a number after 10 which should also be the next term of the quotient, and the multiplication of this whole number and this next term should be equal to 981 or less than 981. So I can write 109 9s are 981. Subtract it, I will get the result 0. So the square root of 3481 will be equal to 59. Okay, the fifth part, find the square root of 3249. 3249, again starting from the unit place, I have to divide this whole number into the group of 2. So the first pair is 49 and the second pair is 32. Now I have to find a number whose square is less than 32. So 5 5s are 25. Then I will carry out the subtraction. If I subtract 32 minus 25, that will be equal to 7. Copy the next pair, that is 49. The number will be 749. Now add 5 here. 5 plus 5, that is 10. Now after 10, I have to insert a number which should also be the next term of the quotient, and the multiplication of this whole number and this next term should be less than or equal to 749. So I can say 107 7s are 749. Subtract the both, the answer will be 0. So I can say the square root of 3249 will be equal to 57. Okay, the seventh part. Coming to the seventh part, I have to find the square root of 5776. Again, 5776. Starting from the unit place, form the pairs. So one pair is 76 and the other pair is 57. Now I have to find a number whose square is less than 57. So 7 7s are 49. If I subtract it, I will get 8. Copy down the next pair, that is 76. Here, plus 7, that is 14. Now after 14, again a number which should also be the next term of the question, and the multiplication should be 876 or less than 876. So I can say 146, 6 are 876. Subtract both, the remainder will be 0. So the square root of 5776 will be equal to 76. Coming to the ninth part, find the square root of 576. Again, starting from the unit place, make the pairs. One pair is 76 and the other pair is 05. So I can write 2 2s are 4 minus, I will get 1. Copy down the next pair, that is 76. I will get the number 176. Here plus 2, so 2 plus 2, 4. Now after 4, I have to insert a number which should also be the next term of the quotient, and the multiplication of this whole number and the next term of the quotient should be less than or equal to 176. So I can write 44, 4 is 176. Carry out the subtraction, the remainder will be 0. So the square root of 576 will be equal to 24. Okay, the 11th part. Carry out the square root of 3136. Forming the pair, 36 will be one pair and 31 will be the other pair. So starting from the unit place, I have made the pair. Now find a number whose square is less than 31. So 5 5s are 25. Subtract the numbers, that is 6. Copy down the next pair, 636. 5 plus 5, that is 10. Now after 10, I have to insert a number which should also be the next term of the quotient. So 106, 6 are 636. Carry out the subtraction, the remainder will be equal to 0. So I can say the square root of 3136 will be equal to 50. Okay, the second question. Find the number of digits in the square root of each of the following numbers without any calculation. Now, without using calculation, I have to find the number of digit of the square root of the given numbers. So the basic rule involved in this is the square root will have n by 2 digits if n is even, and it will have n plus 1 by 2 digits if n is odd. So in the first part, the number is 64. So the value of n is equal to 2 in this case. That is, the value is even. So the number of digits in the square root will be equal to n upon 2, that is equal to 2 upon 2, that is equal to 1. So the number of digits in the square root will be 1. The second part, 144. Now the number of digits in 144, that is 3, that is odd. So the number of digits in the square root will be equal to n plus 1 upon 2, that is equal to 3 plus 1 upon 2, that is 2. The third part, 4489. The number of digits n will be equal to 4, that is even. So I can say the number of digits in the square root will be equal to n upon 2, that is 4 upon 2, that is equal to 2. Fourth part, 27225. The value of n in this case is equal to 5, which is odd. So I can say the number of digits in the square root will be equal to n plus 1 upon 2, that is equal to 5 plus 1 upon 2, that is equal to 3. The last part, fifth part, the number is 390625. So the value of n in this case is 6, which is even. So I can directly say that the number of digits in the square root will be equal to 6 upon 2, that is n upon 2, that is equal to 3. The third question, first part, I have to find the square root of the given decimal numbers. So the square root of first part, 2.56. Again, by using the long division method, 2.56. Now starting from the decimal, if I approach towards the right, one pair is 56, and if I approach towards the left, one pair is 02. So again, I have to find a number whose square is less than 2. So I can say 1, 1s are 1. Subtraction, I will get 1. Shift the decimal point to the quotient. Copy the next term, that is 56. Here, plus 1, that is 2. Now after 2, I have to insert a number which should also be the next term of the quotient, and the multiplication of both of them should be 156. So I can write 26, 6 are 156 minus, the answer will be 0. So the square root of 2.56 is equal to 1.6. The second part, find the square root of 7.29. Again, by long division method, I can say first make the pairs. So starting from the decimal, first pair is 29 towards the right, and if I approach towards the left, the pair is 07. So a number whose square is less than 7, I can write 2 2s are 4. Again carry out the subtraction. I will get 3. Shift the decimal point to the question, the next term, that is 29. Here plus 2, that is 4. Now after 4, I have to insert a number which should also be the next term of the question. So 47, 7s are 329. Carry out the subtraction. Answer is 0. So the square root is equal to 2.7. The third part. Find the square root of 51.84. Now if I found the pairs, one pair towards the right will be 84 and the one pair towards the left of the decimal is 51. So number whose square is less than 51 is 7. So 7 sevens are 49. Carry out the subtraction. 2. Shift the decimal to the quotient. Copy the next pair, that is 84. Here plus 7, that is 14. After 14, I have to insert a number which should also be the next term of the question. So I can write 142, 2s are 284 minus, the answer is 0. So the square root is equal to 7.2. Coming to the fourth part, carry out the square root of 42.25. Now if I form the pair, towards the left of decimal, one pair is 42, and if I approach towards the right of decimal, one pair is 25. Now a number whose square is less than 42, that is 6. So 6 6 are 36. Carry out the subtraction. I will get 6. Copy the next term, that is 25. Here plus 6, that is 12. After 12, I have to insert a number which should also be the next term of the question. So 125, 5s are 625. Carry out the subtraction. The remainder is 0. So the square root is equal to 6.5. The last question, that is fifth part. Carry out the square root of 31.36. Again forming the pair. One pair will be 31 and the second pair will be 36. 5 5s are 25. Carry the subtraction. 6 36. Here plus 5, that is 10. After 10, I have to insert a number which should also be the next term of the question. So 106, 6 are 636. Carry out the subtraction. The remainder is 0. So the square root is equal to 5.6. Okay. Thank you all of you.